Hello everyone, my name is Shaikha Alajmi and today I will talk about the Honduras climate change. The Republic of Honduras. Did you know it's the second largest country in Central America? Honduras is bordered to the west by Guatemala, to the southwest by El Salvador, to the southeast by Nicaragua, to the south by the Pacific Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico, and to the north by the Gulf of Honduras. And the capital city is Tegucigalpa. The total population is 10.49 million. 90% of them are Mestizoes and 7% are indigenous people. Tegucigalpa, the capital city of Honduras, has a charm with old colonial buildings, cobbled streets, and hidden parks. One of the main advantages of traveling in Tegucigalpa is that it's the cheapest city in the region, with the tours and activities half the price of some of the surrounding areas. Now I will talk about one of the most beautiful church in Tegucigalpa. It's the church Los Dolores. It's located in beautiful and relaxed Plaza de los Dolores. It's the large church. Baroque style is one of the most important and ancient of all Honduras, with its large beautiful white facade. Pikachu Park. Visit the small hilltop park 6 kilometers from downtown to stand at the feet of approximately 20 meters high. El Cristo de la Pacho, that you may have seen lit up, hovering high above the city, and have a look at the view for a capital from the top. Museum of National Identity. It's located in downtown Tegucigalpa. The architecture carries echoes of colonial style. It has temporary exhibitions, gallery of Picasso drawings, showcases works by contemporary Honduran artists, and permanent exhibition to Mayan culture, with rooms throughout the historical section on the upper floor filled with glass cabinets lined with Mayan clay figurines. This is another church, is Basilica de Siaba. This church is made after Virgin de Siaba, the patron saint of Honduras. It is made of glass. This church was made in 1954 and the construction is still until the date. This is the Plaza Morazin. The statue of former President Francisco Morazin stood in it. What a lively and safe square to hang out to. It has trendy cafes and occasional live music. The climate change. Honduras, which is a part of the dry corridor in Central America, is vulnerable to climate change due to its high exposure to climate-related hazards, hurricanes, storms, floods, and droughts that devastated crops and critical infrastructure in the last 10 years. The small-scale producers and rural communities remain the most vulnerable to drought, as their livelihood depends totally on agriculture. 2 million people are now facing hunger due to climate change. Now I will talk about the hurricane watch. Honduras is particularly susceptible to hurricanes. Its deadliest hurricane was Hurricane Much in 1998. It resulted in setback of 50 years of economic development. It left about 20% of the country's population homeless, and also it ruined crops, affected crops, exportation and transportation infrastructure. Floods in the capital damaged buildings that were over 350 years old. Throughout the country there were at least 7,000 fatalities. Impact on economy. Agriculture sector. Drought its 13 countries' economy, as it affects 40% of total labor force who work in planting major crops such as coffee, maize, beans, and rice that are essential to their daily diet. These crops depend on stable rainfall levels, but due to increasing temperatures or reduced rainfall will directly cause decreasing harvest level in coffee by 25%, maize by 12%, and beans by 32% by the year 2050. Next is the impact on people pray for rain or migrate. Farmers in rural Honduras live on the edge of hunger. The loss of the forests increased diseases due to polluted air, diminished freshwater streams, and sent temperatures in the village soaring still higher. Lack of food is the primary reason people leave their lands and migrate, beside violence and the spread of diseases. The number of caravan migrants apprehended by U.S. Border Patrol has risen since 2007. Climate adaptation. Some farmers in the affected areas learned to adapt to the climate condition by planting lower quality crops that are resistant to droughts such as meselo instead of maize and lembere. Instead of coffee, also avocado, plantains, and crops that can survive in the heat with less water. The Paris Climate Change Argument 2016. In the week of the Paris Climate Change Argument, Honduras stepping up its effort to measure and cap greenhouse gas emission, making use of the UN's Clean Development Machines to do so. The CDM is a versatile tool to help measure, report, and verify results of climate action. Conclusion: the climate change is a major challenge in Honduras. The frequency of natural disasters in Honduras, such as floods, tropical storms, and hurricanes, is expected to increase as the climate change intensifies. That change results in direct effect in Honduras' economy and all level aspects of Honduras. Here are some questions. Here are my references. Thank you for your listening.